Hey, what's up? I'm back here and I'm back with another topic, and this is again from the solution. And what this time I have is the expressing the concentration of a solution using some properties which are temperature independent, right? If you remember, I classified the concentration of solution expression in two categories: temperature dependent and temperature independent. I have finished all the temperature dependent properties, including those formality, normality, molarity, etc. Now what we need to do is to do those temperature independent method of expressing the concentration, right? So the first in that sequence is going to be weight by weight percent, second is going to be mole fraction, third is going to be molality, and fourth is going to be mole fraction, right? Probably I just repeated something. Anyway, so the first thing I'm going to take is weight by weight percent, right? So I'm starting here with the first one. It's weight by weight percentage, right? So this is what the first topic is. So how you can find out, for doing so, what you need to do, first thing you need to do is to let the mass of solution 100 gram, let the mass of solution 100 gram. Why only 100 gram? Because this makes the calculation easier, right? So in order to find out weight by weight percentage, what you have to do this one, which I'm about to write it down here. So weight by weight percentage is nothing but weight of solute divided by weight of solution, and of course to have the percentage you have to multiply it by 100, right? So this is how you can calculate the weight by weight percentage, right? And this is quite an easy, so it's not going to be a problem to you as well. So let's start the second one. What second one is? This is really very important, and it's called mole fraction. Just pay attention. This is called mole fraction. So what is mole fraction? Let me give you a rough way to make you understand what mole fraction is. I tell you what, mole fraction actually represent what fraction of solution either the solute or the solvent is. Let me repeat back. Mole fraction represent what fraction of a solution is occupied by the solute, and similarly what fraction of the solution is occupied by the solvent. So that is why it is called mole fraction. But how you can calculate? Let me define it first, and then I will take you through the formula. So you can define it, defined as moles of a substance, moles of solute or solvent divided by total number of moles of all the components. So this is how you can define it, right? All the components, right? In case I need to repeat, let me give you that. In case you are willing to find out the mole fraction of solute, then you have to divide the number of moles of solute by the total number of moles of solute and solvent, right? So I have mentioned defined as moles of solute or solvent divided by total number of moles of all the components. So if you wish to convert this statement into a formula, how this is going to be, mole fraction represented by X, which you call it xi, right? This is X, but scientifically it's called xi. So if I calculate, x1, just pay attention, x1, this represent mole fraction of solvent, because I'm addicted of using 1 for the solvent. You can change any presentation for solute and solvent, but I'm addicted of using 1 for the solvent. So mole fraction of solvent is represented by the x1. So how you can calculate? You can calculate mole fraction, number of moles of solute, moles of solvent, because I'm using this for solvent, moles of solvent divided by total moles, and what it includes? It includes solute plus solvent, right? Solute plus solvent. Now I'm converting this as a formula. So how this is going to be? This is going to be N1, because 1 is for my solvent, and then it's N1 plus N2, N1 plus N2. This is how you can calculate the mole fraction of the solvent. So this is the formula. So you can write it like X1 is this one, right? Similarly, X2 is going to be, N2 divided by N1 plus N2. So these are the two formula. Based on that, what we can do here, just pay attention. Based on that, if we add, just make this equation 1 and this one as equation 2. If you add x1 plus x2, what that mean, on adding these two, what you get 1, right? You get 1. So I'm not writing it here because this is what the purpose is. So what that mean, sum of mole fraction, let me write, sum of mole fractions of all the components is equal to 1, right? Similarly, if it's 1, you can also write like x1 equal to 1 minus x2 you can write. Similarly, this x2 can be calculated by, subtracting 1 minus x1. So these are how two formula coming up, on the basis of the concept of the mole fraction, right? So mole fraction actually represent what fraction of a solution is occupied by the solute or by the solvent. But that's how you can calculate. That is very, very important. Now, what is more important, that doesn't matter how many components are there, right? Maybe 4, 5, but we are talking about the binary. So we are talking about only one solute and one solvent. So whatever the solution is, either it's binary or polynary, mole fraction of all the components are going to be equal to 1. If you sum all of them, their sum is going to be 1. That's very important. You have to remember. So this is how mole fraction looks like to be, right? What I have now is another topic, and that's going to be, molality, right? So our next topic is, molality. This is going to be molality. So just pay attention. This is again a short one, but still very important, right? So molality. How you can define? Defined as moles of solute per kg or present per kg of solvent, per kg of solvent, right? Per kg of solvent. So this is how you can define. Let me repeat. It is defined as moles of solute present per kg of solvent. Now make it mathematically. This is represented by lowercase m. So m is going to be moles of solute divided by mass of solvent or weight of solvent. Weight of solvent, but it should be in kg. So in kg, right? So this is how. Now make it mathematical, and this goes like, N2 divided by W in kg. So this is what very important is. The solvent must be, just write 1, because 1 you can use for the solvent. So N2, which is the moles of solute divided by weight of solvent in kg. If you further expand it, this comes out to be, N2 into 1000. Why I'm using this 1000? Just wait a second. And if W1 is in gram, if it is in gram, then you have to divide the W1 by 1000 so that it converts into kg. Right now, I'm expanding N2 as well. So N2 is number of mole. So this goes like W2 into 1000, which is I've taken from right here, divided by M2. What is M2? Which is the molar mass of solute divided by mass of solvent in gram. Mass of solvent in gram. This is what the formula is. So molality can be finally calculated by this formula, right? Now let's talk about the unit here. So I'm talking right now about the unit of. So what is unit going to be? It's quite simple. Unit is going to be mole per kg. So it's simply mole per kg. But sometime it's also represented by m, or you can also find it written as molal. Because molal is a word basically represent to the unit. It also represents to the symbol of molality and all that, right? So these are, two things, I wanted to do this in this very short lecture. In the next lecture, I'll describe you what is the relation between molality and mole fraction, and I will also take a certain example by taking some numerical. This will definitely help you, going through each and every topic. So with this, I must wind this here, and I would say thanks for watching. Take care and good night.